Mr. 460 picked up 0 points as Jimmy Thielen hoovered free at McDermott Park. Welcome back to Fog Football. We are here to talk about the last game of the first match day.
Yep, it's been completed now. Every team, every league, we've seen the first round of fixtures. Who's been the best team so far? We'll maybe address that come the end of this video, but it was a successful start for Jimmy Thielen, and I think Aberdeen needed this. I think they needed a good start, and they needed a win against the team that most people are predicting to get relegated. I think it's vital that Thielen got off to the winning start at the beginning of his Aberdeen competitive league career, and he done that tonight, 2-1. Now, towards the end, was it as comfortable as Aberdeen would have liked? No, because they conceded a goal in the 80th minute, and then kind of just sat back while St Johnstone looked for an equaliser. But in the end, they got the win. That's what Jimmy Thielen wanted, the 3 points. Is there signs that this Aberdeen team are an improvement on last season? I think it's hard to judge because at times, especially in the earlier half of the first part of the season, in the European games especially, I think Aberdeen put in some really good performances, to be fair. But it's more the second half we remember, where they had the shit show with the manager change, Neil Warnock, and it was just all one big fucking mess. Why did they sack Barry Robson and not give him more time just to bring in that old dinosaur? And then they brought in their coach or whatever, and he actually started to get a tune out of Aberdeen, and they very easily could have been in the Scottish Cup final. So yeah, last season was a mixed bag, a lot of good, a lot of bad, but yeah. So far with Jimmy Thielen, it's hard to judge, but I mean, it's a good start. It's a win. That's all you want.
It's 5 wins in a row. Most teams would cry out for that. I mean, I know, yes, Aberdeen are expected to win 4 games in the Premier Sports Cup, but you still got to go do it.
And they beat a good Airdrie side, so...
Yep, they beat a good Airdrie side, but it's 5 wins in a row. Their next 3 games are at home. I believe they play Queen's Park in the Cup, which is another home tie. So, again, here, I think Aberdeen should be looking for 3 wins out of 3.
Absolutely.
The next 3 games are at home. And that's what, and maybe make it 8 wins out of 8 and see the difference that can do for your confidence. Because we all know teams that have got no wins in the last 5 games. Not going to point too many fingers, but let's go to the start of this game. I thought St Johnstone actually started alright. Sky brought the heavy hitters. We had Chris Sutton, we had Ian Crocker. Are you surprised Chris Sutton was dragged out for this game?
I was actually. They used their Chris Sutton card quite a lot over the weekend, but they brought him back for this one. No penalties for him to cry about, though, unfortunately.
No. Yeah, I'll tell you what it is. See, when he doesn't have a dog in the fight, I think he's a decent commentator. He actually calls things out and says, like, oh, that was a dreadful pass. You don't really hear commentators say dreadful, especially in the English game. I think they kind of like sugarcoat it and wrap players in cotton wool. Do you not think so?
Yeah, someone does a mistake and they make... It's like they don't really bury them, They kind of just, that was a mistake or that was an accident. But I think in the Scottish game, sometimes the commentators do get stuck in.
No, they do. Now, some people could argue that the quality's that much worse. Maybe the Scottish players are doing something that much more dreadful. But yeah, I give my boys the benefit of the doubt.
Benefit of the doubt for sure. Anyway, Nicky Devlin, opening goal, 22nd minute, header, gets Aberdeen 1-0 up in front of acclaimed packed out McDermott Park. I don't believe that.
No.
A lot of empty seats. I mean, there was a decent attendance there, but it wasn't sold out.
No, I think we're looking at a case here of, the season tickets are all gone. And, well, I mean, are they all gone, though? Do St Johnstone get all their season tickets bought? That's the problem. I think this works at other clubs that actually do that, and then, there's no seat sub or something in play, but there was a lot of empty seats.
I highly doubt St Johnstone sell out all their season tickets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And if you're telling me that all the empty seats tonight were because of season ticket holders, it just doesn't make any logical sense to me why so many people that'd be willing to actually buy a season ticket wouldn't turn up for the opening game of the season.
No, I
mean, it's not even like there was away fans. You can't even argue, well, Monday it was difficult. I mean, no. Majority of the St Johnstone fans should work in Perth anyway, live in Perth.
I actually think the attendance was really good, considering what normally happens at McDermott Park, where you can just see a whole sea of yellow, red and blue, which is their seat colour, if anyone's wondering.
Which I don't like, to be fair, but...
No, I don't like, obviously not. I thought
it may be my least favourite stadium in the SPF top tier.
Right now, I'd say it is, yep. Yeah.
Although I thought you would have disliked Dens Park, to be fair, but...
I see. Yeah, you know what? No, not to do with the surface of the pitch. I actually think Dens Park just looks very cheap, especially the hard cam view. It looks like a row of flats. I think McDermott Park actually looks like a football ground. Anyway, So Clare looks like a footballer until he gets in front of goal. Then his arse collapses. I just think if Aberdeen lost Miovski, man, the difference is so... It's there to see.
Could Sokler, though, benefit without Miovski being there?
He could,
becoming the main man. Sometimes players can improve just when they go from like the, controller B to controller A, so to speak. Player 2 to player 1.
Maybe they can improve, but Aberdeen certainly won't.
No, but Sokler did put the ball in the net. Unfortunately, he was offside though.
Yeah,
decent finish though. Took it around the goalkeeper, but he just didn't time the run.
A lot of calls tonight where they were just clearly offside, and VAR lets it run. Certain points, it's like someone's going to get seriously injured from this, and they always say that. You never really get an injury after VAR, but they're right. It's like if it's like 2 or 3 or 4 yards off, just fucking put the flag up.
Yeah, you know what? It actually annoys me that this whole time that we've had VAR, I cannot recall one moment where someone actually got injured because they played on and something was clearly offside. I've not seen it yet.
No, I've not seen it, but I think they should put the flag up anyway. It wastes our time at the end of the day. But yeah, that pretty much sums up the first half. St Johnstone had a header, glanced wide. Their top goal scorer for last season, Nicky Clark, was on the bench. We had a whopping 7 goals for last season. Should he not be starting?
I mean, when your top goal scorer's got 7 goals, that to me is a sign that you're struggling.
Yeah, no, they are struggling. Big Sam McClellan.
I mean, I think that every team in the Premier League, you want your top goal scorer should be hitting double figures, no?
Yeah.
Is that asking too much? 38 games, you just need your top striker to pretty much average 1 goal every 4 or 8, a little bit more than that.
So it's like you think, especially for St Johnstone, a big striker, and getting like his head on the corners. See 7 goals. Like I'm not. I
think that's a poor return.
I'm not exaggerating here. I think even like an average Sunday League footballer could come into St Johnstone and just like get like near 7. And I'm not saying that's the level we're at, but I just think it's a bit ridiculous. 7. I mean, Nicky Clark's a decent footballer.
He is.
Is it just Craig Lafine actually? Could be.
Could be.
Anyway, Big Sam, he gets a big injury here, stretchered off. Not good for him. But then Aberdeen make it 2-0. Great ball for Nielsen into McGrath, and then bang, bang, good night, 2-0. And at this point, St Johnstone are tucked in. They're getting ripped to shreds at the back. They're doing nothing going forward. But goals change games as they get the goal via a Malloy own goal. And then it's like, why didn't they just play like this earlier in the game? But we see this a million times. That's what pisses me off. Teams wait till they go behind to react. I hate that.
I think that's just Craig Lafine being negative.
Yeah, probably.
And St Johnstone really not committing to the game until the dying moments where they had that lifeline. I think we should have seen more for St Johnstone earlier in the game, especially start of the second half. I get it. 1-0, you're still in the game, but you're at home against Aberdeen. It's not like you're playing Celtic or Rangers. I mean, it's Aberdeen. Aberdeen could go on to have a great season, but let's be honest, right now they're Aberdeen. Most people are predicting them to finish 5th. I thought St Johnstone were way too negative tonight, especially when they were 1-0 down.
Not only does it reek of shite, it reeks of a team that's going down.
Yeah, I think they're going. To me,
their next 3 games are away. I believe they play St Mirren, Killie, and then they've got Rangers at Hampden in the Cup, and they're both away. There were 2 league games, so I mean they've
got a championship squad, a championship stadium, and a championship manager. They may as well be in the championship.
Yeah, no, I agree.
No offence to any St Johnstone fans out there, but
but it is what it is, man. They're shite. That's the end of the game.
Are St Johnstone as bad though as Aberdeen's away kit?
I don't rate that away kit. There's so many ways you can incorporate black and yellow, and I feel like
Dortmund's done fucking great with it.
Aye, that's my point.
Now, don't get me wrong, Dortmund's probably had one shitey, ugly looking kit that did look like that. But for the most part, Dortmund's had nice kits.
No, they have, but I mean, that's the end of the game. We're not going to sit here and pretend it was the greatest game of all time.
We're not going to sit here and pretend it's a great looking kit either.
No, it's not, but I think of all the teams in the league, I think St Johnstone are the worst team I want to like.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I wasn't excited to. I've been excited for the season, excited to watch all the televised games over the weekend, even the Celtic one where I kind of knew they were going to win. The Dundee derby, I was looking forward to that. Didn't disappoint. Coming into this game tonight, you know, it was a chore almost.
Do you not
it.
think St Johnstone are just a boring fucking club? There's nothing to. What's their character? What's their? You know what I mean? No, seriously, like, what's going on in Perth?
Nah, they've enjoyed their wee run in the top division. I think it's Livingston 2.0.
I think if another club did a cup double, it would have been made out to be like, holy fuck. St Johnstone do it in like, what, a couple of years later.
Forgotten about it, isn't it?
Callum Davidson was in the stands and like, he got no pop. Just a guy sitting there with his specs on.
Like, see if Aberdeen did that cup double, we'd be talking about it every day.
Aye, but anyway, guys, Perth, they go out with a poof. Bit shite. 2-1 Aberdeen. That's about right.
Wasn't great though. It puts Aberdeen where in the table? I believe they will go. I want to say fourth.
They will go.
I believe fourth.
They will go third.
I don't think. Oh, will they? So yeah. Well, only 3 teams then with wins then after the opening day. Yep, totally forgot.
We'll look more at the league table in the SPFL review show, won't we?
Yeah, there was. Aberdeen needed to win by 5 goals to go top of the table. That hasn't happened. So yeah, Aberdeen third place after match day 1, but what they really want is third place after match day 38. Can they be there? I'm not convinced. I think they'll finish top 6. I think they'll probably claim a European place, but I don't see them beating Hearts.
He doesn't see them beating Hearts. Tomorrow we'll be back with more stuff. Till then, peace.